Hi, my name is Dr. Dean Crystal. I'm your professor for QREM 3005 Learner Centered Classroom Assessment. So if you're in the wrong class, you better get out now. I just wanted to give you a brief introduction today about the course, myself, and what you hope to get out of this course. This introduction and many of the videos of me are going to be pretty informal. They aren't structured kinds of speeches. It's just more of an informational gathering process. I first would like to say that this course, again, is all going to be online, and the assignments and all of the activities, the readings, will be sent to me through a Gmail account, which I will talk about in a few moments. So let's begin by first talking about the course and what to expect, and then I'll give a brief talk about who I am. As many of you know and have seen in your email, you have gotten two invitations. The first invitation was from PB Works, and PB Works is going to be the learning management system for this course, not Carmen. Carmen just does not do the kinds of things that I hope that we can accomplish in this course, and that PB Works is a free system that many teachers around the world use to create their own courses, both asynchronous and synchronous, in the pre-K-12 all the way through university level. So as you have gotten the PB Works invitation, and I hope many of you have gotten through, and I can see who the users are who have actually gotten through. And if you have any problems, please email me at mycrystal.2@osu.edu. But after that, we are going to be using another email that is QREM3005@gmail.com. And when you get to PB Works, you'll see that, so you don't have to write this down. And anyway, you're going to only be able to see this video through PB Works. So in essence, you've got to get through PB Works before you get anywhere else in this course. So once you do get into PB Works, you need to get to the front page, and after that I will explain to you what and how PB Works operates. This course, and I just want to read you the brief introduction, this course will offer an in-depth look at classroom assessment that meets the needs of the 21st century teaching and learning environment. During this course, prospective teachers like yourselves will determine how classroom assessment strategies can benefit their teaching practices and their student learning. You will study how to plan, develop, and manage student-centered assessment. In essence, assessment, for any of you who haven't given it much thought, or many of you who have, is one of the most crucial things in being a successful educator. It's not just giving a multiple choice or true false or any of that kind of assessment, but really it's after trying to see how much and how well your students are getting the content that you hope to get across in your course, in your classroom. So assessment in many ways is the key to really understand if you are a successful teacher. And that key means that how well your students understand the content, and that will determine how successful you are as an educator. So once you get to the PB Works site, you will notice, and I just want to go over a few things on the PB Works. There is the front page, which is the welcoming page, and you'll see that all communication should be done through through the course Gmail account, and again, that's QREM3005@gmail.com. And there's a brief introduction, and if you have any problems with PB Works, there's some more information on the front page that describes what PB Works actually is, gives you a manual if you're interested in getting more information, or just a help desk area for you to get answers to your questions. And then if you look over to the right, there is the navigator part of the front page. And the navigator, the sidebar, sometimes it's referred to, will be in most of the pages of the PB Works. And you can see there's a list of them of pages on the navigator. And then if you look down at the bottom part of the navigator section, on the left part of the bottom, there's pages, and then there are files. And files are any of the attachments that are relevant for this course. And for this coming week's work, you will need to download, or you can, yes, please download. You can print if you choose, two PDFs, and those are crucial for this particular week's work. Then, so I will be, anytime I'm going to download any materials, that will be found in the file section of the navigator portion of the page. I'm returning back to the pages, and I want to go to the course page. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click that. I meant the syllabus page. The syllabus page is where you will find the syllabus for this course. And you can download it, and you can print it, or you can just keep it on your computer or your tablet or whatever you're going to be using for this course. And the syllabus, I want to go through portions of it. I'm obviously not going to go through all of it, but there are crucial portions talking about what's expected of you. On the second page, there is the required textbook, and I sent you an email a couple of weeks ago telling you about this book that you can get in various places, and if you have some issues about getting it, please let me know. The required text is by Laura Greenstein, called Assessing 21st Century Skills, and that is going to be the centerpiece for the readings for this book. And then later on, I will be sending you some other kinds of readings, articles, and so forth, to back up some of the other sections of the course. The next section on the syllabus I want to make sure that you understand is the grading. And the final grade for the course will be calculated as follows. The observational checklist development, teacher interviews, rubric development, grading policy assignments, student in-class activities, and we'll talk about that in a moment, what those actually are, and then student presentations. And you're going to do a student presentations by videotaping it and then sending it to me and possibly a peer. I haven't detailed how I'm going to have you do those presentations, but I certainly know what the presentations are going to be about. As you can see, the weekly topics, if you go down a little bit to the bottom of that page and then move on, there is a list of the dates, the topics, and then the readings. And so that gives you kind of a broad stroke of what we're going to be covering. And as you can see, that there are a few dates where I have TBA, and those are places where I'll be sending you articles, or placing them, excuse me, on PB Works. So those will be coming later. So let's talk briefly about the assignments. The assignments are as follows. Blogging, which is, and I will be sending you a link, and we'll talk about that in a moment. I've created a blog, a course blog, just for this particular course, which require you to post a weekly response to the readings. The response is expected to be detailed and yet concise. For example, a response should be 3 or 4 sentences long, and blogging is attendance, so I know that you are keeping up with the course. And if you do not post weekly as required, you're considered absent for that week. You cannot respond to a missed post after the due date, and the blog address is listed on the syllabus, and I will talk about it in a little more detail in a moment. There is, again, the other sorts of things, observational checklists. We'll talk about that, how you do observations, creating a checklist. Teacher interviews, you're going to interview 2 teachers in your content area, different grade levels. The how to design a rubric, which is very, very important for how you assess, or if you want to put the word grade, students on their work. You're going to create a grading policy assignment. That's something that you would be sending to the parents so they would completely understand how you grade the course. And it sounds relatively easy, but it is actually a very difficult process. And then, of course, your presentation about many of these assignments. So that's in essence the syllabus. There's other things. There's a list of other resources. There is, and then the OSU policies that I'm sure you've seen in other syllabi. Important to understand, knowing code of conduct and that sorts of thing. How and if you need help with your learning or other kinds of activities. And then, so in essence, that the course follows a very normal OSU process, with the exception that this is going to be an asynchronous course, meaning that we will not do things synchronously, meaning that things will not be at a specific time. And that certainly probably helps those of you who are busy, who have very, very active lives, so you can actually get the work done that fits into your work schedule. Okay? The next page I want to talk about is the assignment page. It's probably the most important page on this, on PBWorks. There, as you can see, if you click on the assignment page in the Navigator section, you can see the first 2 dates for the course, and I'm going to, rather than put it all up at one time and overwhelm you, I'd rather do it every week, and I will post the reading, the topics, and the assignments on a weekly basis. So as you can see, today's an introduction, getting to know you, actually getting to know me, what this course is about. And then the next week we're going to start targeting assessment, and that's in Greenstein's book, chapter 1, and then you have to do your first blog comment to my post. So, and we'll talk about that in a moment. You can see that the website is up, and that you just have to click that, and there's another avenue where you can click to get to it, because you have to be invited for this particular blog. Not everyone or anyone can come into it, only invited people. Okay? So work has to be done, and we'll talk about that in a moment when it comes to the blogging aspect assignment. That's going to be a weekly assignment. I'm just looking through Navigator. Okay, we have the sidebar, right. Course, we've talked about that. We've talked about the syllabus. Okay, let's move on to the assignment materials. Okay, and that's the blog. The assignment, what I'm going to do every week, I'm going to be posting any kinds of materials. It's another place that you can get the materials, as well as in the Navigator section under Files, that relate to the course. So if, for example, we are not going to be using any kinds of other materials besides the book, you won't see any assignment materials listed in this particular page. But I want to talk about the blog. And I set up a specific blog that is designed specifically for this course, and that also means that only people who are part of the course can get into it. As I mentioned before, and I want to reiterate this, you are required to post weekly a response to my posts focusing on the readings. Your response is expected to be detailed. yet concise. For example, 3 to 4 sentences. It's a way of making sure that you are attending the course. And if you do not post that for that particular week, you are considered absent. You cannot respond to a missed post after the due date. So you're penalized for that. That's your way of being penalized for not maintaining the blogging. You must respond to my original post by Sunday at 10:59 p.m. And that if I will select every week, I will select 5 people each week, and that I will respond to your comment, and then you're required to respond to my second post. Therefore, on Mondays, you must visit the blog to see if I responded to your post or your comment. If you do not respond to my second post, you will not receive your weekly 5 points. You'll have until 10:59 on Monday to respond to the second post. So in other words, you have to post by Sunday at 10:59, and then you have to visit on Monday to see if I have responded to your post. And if you do, if I have, you have to respond back to get your 5 points. Everyone will be getting this. And so no one's going to be spared of this, and most likely there's 30 people. I can't think of the calculations right offhand, but probably you'll be getting at least 3 to 4 times that I will be responding to your post. Okay. I will post the blog, the assignments by Tuesday morning. By the time you get up on Tuesday morning, they will be there, and that will be the next week. So we are starting on Tuesday, since today is Labor Day, and I'm videotaping today on Labor Day. And so the course starts on Tuesday. Therefore, the blog has to be on by Sunday. Monday, I respond, and and you have to make sure that you are that I have either responded or not respond, and if I have, you have to respond back to me. Okay. I want to briefly talk a little bit about myself, and then we can say goodbye for now. My name is Dr. Dean Crystal. I'm a professor here at OSU. I've been here for, now this is my 8th year. I came from another university before that, Old Dominion University. And then before that, after graduate school, I was at Bowling Green State University. So, and then in graduate school at University of North Carolina, and I've taught high school level social studies in Minnesota as well as North Carolina. And so after graduate school, I came to Bowling Green. I was there for 5 years. So I came to Ohio. And then I was offered a position at Old Dominion University, which is in Norfolk, Virginia, or as we say down there, Norfolk, Virginia. And then I was recruited back to Ohio State, or back to Ohio, and Ohio State was the place. And how can you pass up Ohio State? And here I am. This is the first time this course has been taught, so this is very exciting. When I teach a brand new course, I'm not saying that this is my first time teaching the course, which of course it is, but also that this is the first time the course has been taught. And so I'm very, very excited about teaching this course. And because of the fact that it's a new course, and secondly, I'm new to the course, I'm going to make lots of mistakes. And I hope you are able to be flexible. To be a good teacher, you have to be flexible. And let me know if I make some mistakes, point them out, because if you're realizing I'm making a mistake, it not only affects you, but it could affect other people in your class. And we know anyone that goes in education, we do care about each other and our own well-being. I am so excited about this. I've taught several courses online. I've worked with technology, and that in fact is my area of research interest. Some of you have had me before, know that I'm very much involved in technology. I'm also a social studies educator. But technology is really the thing that I really believe all kids, and that's my focus, that all kids, regardless of their socioeconomic background, should be getting good education, and that's through technology. That's both within the United States as well as in the rest of the world. And my focus is on mobile learning and those things that you use quite often, probably several hours of the day. And what we're trying to do is figure out better ways to turn those devices, which I like to say are essentially mini computers, into great learning. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. I will be looking at my Gmail a few times a day. Again, I'm very excited, and I hope to that you will get something very important from this course that you will carry on in the rest of your studies here at Ohio State, and then into your new profession as educators. Thank you, and you will see me in about a week. Take care. Bye-bye.